A Michigan woman was trapped in a Dixon Lake outhouse toilet trying to retrieve her Apple smartwatch. An unnamed woman got stuck in the outhouse trying to retrieve the smartwatch when she dropped in through the toilet into the containment area. And if you're wondering, the containment area, yes, that's the area where all the poopy and pee-pee goes. So the woman was heard screaming for help after she managed to lower herself into the pit, and police had to come. They had to remove the toilet and tie like lifting straps onto the rails and stuff and lift her up out of the toilet. So police are now urging citizens, if they lose items in an outhouse, to not attempt to retrieve them, as these pits pose serious health and safety hazards. Guys, so the question I will ask you guys is, what would you go in there for, and what wouldn't you go in there for?
Go ahead, Steve.
Jesus Christ. Well, first off, to go in there, I would pay that Bill's retard that takes the LSD to go in for me.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, 2 weeks in a row, we got people going in.
Yeah, I would pay him. So honestly, things I wouldn't go in for, everything. Things I would go in for, I don't know. This is gonna sound my nieces, my mother, a solid gold bar that they pulled out of Bob Mendez's New Jersey home. I don't know, something like that. That's it. Outside of that, nothing.
Yeah. Literally the only thing I can think of is, and then this is going to get a little dark, but do you guys remember the movie Schindler's List?
Sure.
Remember the one scene when the Nazis are like raiding the camp and their little kid goes to hide in the and they're like, don't mess this up for us, because there's already like 4 kids hiding in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Literally running from Nazis might be the only reason I would do that.
Unbelievable.
But man, yeah, dude, I don't know. I'd be like, I guess I'm getting a new phone, like whatever. Like that's
so
I can't imagine.
Yeah, so a phone or smartwatch or something is definitely not on that list. Dude, I'll go get like the $20 one from Boost Mobile or something before I will go after like an iPhone or a watch or anything like that.
Now,
dude,
I don't want to get real cynical, but I want to ask you two, what would be the technique if you had to? Like, say a guy's holding a gun to your wife's head. What's the technique? Do I like try to hold my breath? Do I wrap something around my face? Like, what's the technique to go? What is the technique?
Well, did she reach in with her arm and like fall in that way?
No, so those are set up. It looks like a toilet. There was pictures. So it looks like a toilet. It's mounted to the ground, but there's no like bowl or like, there's no like pipe that it hooks up to. It just goes into a containment pit. So she just kind of, but it looks like it's a regular toilet seat. So she was small enough to fit, like wiggle through that toilet seat and then drop down into it. Now, good luck getting back up.
Now, so this thing for like for my imagination, this is like a permanent porta potty. So the toilet's bolted down, but it's got the same thing where it's just, like you said, it's just, when you look into it, it's just 20 feet down into a pit.
Yeah, so it's an outhouse. So you're right. These are more permanent, not like a porta john. I said porta john, but it is like an actual
fancy
outhouse.
One. Yeah, it's a fancy porta potty.
It's the shack, and then built into the ground is the container.
Hell
okay,
yeah.
I see.
And they pump it out probably like once a week or some whatnot.
Oh my word!
But I mean, dude. Steve nailed it. You got to either be like you're like saving your family, or it's like life or death, or like extremely valuable. But a phone or smartwatch ain't doing it for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, go ahead.
This is a little vague. If Bob Mendez hid his money, for those of you who don't know, New Jersey guy, senator, found with tons of cash, he stowed money into a windbreaker. If that windbreaker was in the porta john and there was, I don't know, 100 racks in there, I might jump in the doo-doo. I don't know.
Yeah, I might be game for that. 100 racks.
Okay.
Life changing.
Okay, but hold on. Is it 100,000 in like a bag in there, or is it like loose?
If it's loose, it's for the streets. I'm over. It's gone.
Done.
Gone.
Yeah. It has to be like Matt. A bag.
Agreed, Matt.
Yeah. Dude, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Dude, I remember one time I almost threw up at a Birds game because they had one porta potty for like every part of the parking lot, and it got filled up, dude. Ew. And I went in there and I was just like, I can't. Like, I literally almost threw up. It was God. It was yo, legit filled to like,
that's horrendous.
It was bad. But all right, enough of that good stuff. Let's